The following is a production of The Reporter, Delaware County's leading news source.
Good day to everyone on Thursday the 14th, and no one can complain about what the weather's been. I mean, it's been absolutely amazing for this time of year. If we go back to Tuesday we had 57 degrees. Now that's 14 degrees above normal. You say, hey, this is wonderful. But then there was yesterday. Believe it or not, in the afternoon at 4 o'clock, we hit 67 degrees here. I didn't get a chance to see if that's a record or not. If I had to guess, I'd say if it isn't, it's got to be pretty close to one. Because when you're out there in a t-shirt and you're sweating while you're doing things, you say, hey, this is wonderful. But I want to warn you, don't get too used to it. Today's going to be another day where we're going to probably get to like 60, maybe into the low 60s. But things are coming, and they're going to remind you, especially when next week gets here, that we're still sort of in the winter season. Because what's going to happen next week is we're going to have daytime temperatures between 30 and 35 and nighttime temperatures in 20 to 25 to remind you that it's still March. Okay, so don't put all your heavy clothing away because you're going to want it for next week. But right now, enjoy what you have because we don't get this too often. Yesterday, someone stepped out of their car where I was shopping and said, oh, it's so cold out here. And at that particular point, it was like 38 degrees. And what I really wanted to say was, this is our normal high for this time of year. It's not cold, but we've been spoiled. I had another person say to me, see what global warming has done to winter? And I said, well, I'm pretty sure we've had winters where there was less snow. No, never. And this person was on the elderly side, maybe my age or older. And I said, I'm sure there was. So this morning I went and checked. You don't have to go too far back. Go back to the winter of 1988-89, where the whole entire winter, including the rest of March and into April, only had 42 inches of snow. I didn't go back any further than that because I figured, well, there's the first one that's already below where we are because we're sitting at about 49. So, has it happened before? Yes. Could you blame global warming for that? I don't know. That's 35 years ago before anybody ever talked about it. But people that keep saying, oh, it's never happened, simply don't have the records. And I love having mine because almost every single time where I said something's happened before and they shake their heads and say, let me find out, because I'm sure it has, okay? Blaming everything on climate change, the one thing I can tell you is this time we have less snow because the temperatures were wrong. I will tell you that in the winter of 88, 89, not only did we get almost no snow, but it was cold. I want to let everybody know that actually snow's an insulating thing if it's on the ground. But if you don't have it and it gets cold, even water lines to people's houses froze. And I was up here teaching at the time, and I can tell you people came into school saying, I couldn't shower, the pipes were frozen. So sometimes snow's not so bad. Are we going to get some more? Yes, this coming week, believe it or not. And we're going to get probably some lake effect snow, which is very unusual. Because normally the lakes are completely frozen by now, and wind blowing over it does nothing. The lakes didn't even get close to freezing this year. Some of them only got 3% ice and 4% ice, and they've been open most of the time. Therefore, you start throwing some air over them even at this time of year, and you're going to get lake effect. And that's what we're going to get. Don't expect a whole lot of it. I don't think we'll be shoveling it. And you know what? If we don't get anything I need to shovel, that's fine with me. I'm actually starting to get gardens and things ready because I'll tell you, I get spoiled too when the weather gets that way. So enjoy what we've got, but expect it to get cold for next week. I'm not letting my fire go out yet. Have a good one.
To subscribe or advertise, call 607-464-4009.